I should have never taken the shortcut home. It was just a narrow trail between two housing complexes, maybe a 5-minute walk through the trees. Something I'd done hundreds of times since I was a kid. But that night, something about it felt wrong. The sky was bruised purple, and the air had that cold, wet heaviness that sticks to your skin. The wind had died hours ago, but the trees still creaked like they were whispering to each other. I remember thinking, it's fine, just a walk. But even the crunch of my shoes on the dirt sounded too loud, too alone. About halfway through, my phone flashlight became my only light. It wasn't much, just a narrow, shaky beam that barely reached the next few feet. The fog was thick, curling between the trunks like smoke. Then I heard it. Snap. A branch right behind me. I froze, turned away, and nothing. I told myself it was a rabbit, or maybe a squirrel, but the second I started walking again, snap. Louder this time. That's when I noticed. The sound wasn't random, it matched my footsteps. Every time I stopped, it stopped. Every time I moved, it followed. Slow and deliberate. Hello? I called out, voice trembling. No answer, just that awful silence pressing in thick enough to feel in my chest. Then came the breathing, slow, heavy, ragged. It was close, right behind me, close. I spun, light cutting through the fog, and for a split second I saw feet, bare, dirty, half sunk in the mud just behind a tree. And then the light flickered, and they were gone. Panic flooded through me. I started walking faster. My heart was pounding so loud I couldn't tell what was real. The forest felt endless, like it was swallowing the path. And then a voice, soft, broken, almost like a whisper inside my head. Don't run. I froze. It came from the bushes just to my right. I've been waiting. Every instinct screamed, run. And I did. I bolted. Branches tore at my arms, leaves cracked under my boots. The voice followed, whispered, gasping, closer, closer. When I finally burst out of the trees and into the open, I didn't look back. The streetlight ahead flickered like it was struggling to stay alive, but it felt like safety, civilization. By the time I made it home, I was shaking so hard I could barely get my keys in the lock. I slammed the door, locked it twice, and stood there, chest heaving, listening. Nothing. Just silence. I laughed. That kind of hysterical laugh that's half relief, half disbelief. I told myself it was just my imagination, just the dark. Then, it came from the back door. Slow, hollow, measured. My blood ran cold. I crept through the kitchen, every floorboard screaming under my feet. The motion light outside flickered on, and through the frosted glass, I saw a silhouette. Tall, thin, still. I whispered, "Who's there?" No response, just that shape standing in the fog. Then it leaned closer, and I heard the same voice, low and cracked. "You left me in the woods." My stomach dropped. I grabbed my phone, fumbling to call someone, anyone. But the screen froze, glitched. Static filled my ears from the speakers, even though I hadn't pressed play on anything. When I looked up again, the shape was gone. The light outside buzzed, flickered, and went out. I didn't sleep that night. By morning, sunlight poured through the curtains like nothing had ever happened. I almost convinced myself it was a nightmare, until I saw the back door. On the glass, right where the shadow had stood, were 2 muddy handprints. And below them, pressed into the dirt outside, were footprints. Bare, small, like a child's. But here's the thing. I don't have a child. And the trail behind my house, it leads straight into an old clearing. The one where, years ago, they found a missing kid who never made it home.